Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a give, right side. Bernard trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he gets it to Bunches complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A first down throw here for Rivers. Open man is Uzomah. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They just got that play off. Now Rivers. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And they'll get him down right about the 20. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Anderson running right. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. He's got his man, Boyd. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing, Rivers. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And let's pin the mirrors back.
Now Roethlisberger over the middle, and it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. 3rd down here.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Roethlisberger to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Roethlisberger. This is caught. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, first and goal. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now it's Roethlisberger, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, Rocket.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. He completes it to Boyd. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Third and short yardage, Rivers to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
At the 14-yard line.
180. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You don't know no black.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
180. Mike's by 4. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Roethlisberger now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Kyle Van Noy, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 99. Check 99. Keep it skinny. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double Pilot, 64. Weak.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Anderson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. Alert. 3 down. 3 down.
To throw, Rivers. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
They're running it.
Now Rivers. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, Delta!
To throw is Rivers. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the two-point conversion. They're going to run it with Anderson. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. Now Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Hey, watch the left. 25, check 25, check 25.
First down, Rivers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Rivers. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Hey, Delta! 50's to Mike! 50's to Mike!
Rivers on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Check green 90. Ground 80. Wait. Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
Throwing again. Rivers. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And able to find Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Rivers. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go. Alert 3.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Come on now, let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is behind.
Now Rivers. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go!
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Here's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's caught inside the 20. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
A pickup of 18 yards. It's now 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to get the first with Samuels. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is brought in at the 21. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Rivers now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Now a give. Running right is Anderson. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From just shy of midfield, Rivers, he completes it to Boyd. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
He's got his man, Boyd. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
All right, now, like 30. 54. Mike, 54. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
At the Bengals' 43-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
Now a toss. This is Connor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes, might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
Here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver wrap.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Out of his end zone, Rivers. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Rivers going deep downfield for Ross. They've got his man complete. And he takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line. A big play there for the Bengals. 44 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Ready.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Go, go, go.
Rivers to throw it. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Roethlisberger will throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Ben to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and goal, Roethlisberger to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brings up 4th down and goal.
field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And no, it's incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rivers now. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down.
Rivers now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Anderson. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Steelers' 49-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Rivers. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, and they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Roethlisberger on target to Washington, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
Check 90, 190. Watch it, it's a party now. It's a party now. Cluster. 55 is mark, guy, 55. I got you, son. I got you, son. Orange 5-4.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Justin Lane. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage how would you say it, consistent.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing Rivers. Shakes off the sack. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Preston Brown in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And now here's Switzer to target, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Roosevelt Nix. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rivers to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check 15, check 15.
And the blitz does come. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Connor on first down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. 2nd down coming up. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This no gimme in the snow. Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's caught inside the 30. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Second and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Rivers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down. You know they're going to be looking his way in overtime. He's had a fantastic game, but unable to hook up there.
And how many times do we see this situation where they actually complete that pass, and you wonder to yourself, how do you let him get open? How do you not know they're going to go to him? He's their big play guy. In this case, they defended it well and knocked it away.
He's checking quick.
On third down, Rivers. And that's incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Now Rivers on fourth down. He's got his man, Boyd. And they'll get this down to the 10. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. They go play action. Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. They run. Anderson. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Bengals, It's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.